Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair with the lucky Pierres. Yeah!
All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres. Tonight we got another top 5 for you. This is our top 5 favorite films of the year 2006.
So random.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the backstory here. 2006 is my favorite year of movies of all time.
And we do what I want, so.
Exactly. I picked it, and whatever. We'll do more years. You know, this isn't the only year.
No, it's a good year.
So, all right. So I'll start, I guess, because I picked it or whatever. My favorite movie of all time is The Departed. I probably told you guys this.
Never heard of that.
Okay. And that came out in 2006, directed by Scorsese.
Never heard of her.
An undercover cop and a mole in the police attempt to identify each other while infiltrating an Irish gang in Boston. It's got Leo in it. It's got Damon. It's got Wahlberg. It's got Nicholson. It's got
No Ticky.
yeah, exactly. It's my favorite movie. I just love it so much. I've watched it 100 times. I can quote it word for word.
I've probably seen it 100 times too. It's great.
It's so great.
I've probably seen it 1.5 times.
I think 2006 was just that age for me. You know what I mean? Like, you're just very, like, impressionable, and you're just, like, you got that...
Coming into your own opinion-wise.
Put your hand away.
Coming into your own
that,
opinion-wise.
yeah.
You're, like, forming strong opinions about the world.
Exactly, yeah.
Your hand got real diddly there.
You're doing this a lot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Chasing the muff around.
All right. All right. My next favorite of 2006 was Jackass number 2. The best in the franchise, in my opinion. It's when all the best like stunts were pulled off. Everything went as badly as it could, and that's perfect for Jackass. So, and I think they've even admitted that all the cast members are like 2 was just we hit everything. It was just the most gnarly stunts.
Just all landed.
Lightning in a bottle.
It was ridiculous. The most gnarly payoffs, and it was like just perfect. I love it. And next, I got Casino Royale, which is a James Bond movie. The first one Daniel Craig is in, and my favorite of all the James Bond films. I've seen all 25 of them. I'm a huge James Bond fan. And
I would second that it's the best one.
And it is my favorite. It just
25 of them. That's a lot of time.
Dating back since the 60s.
That's a lot of time.
And it just left a big imprint on my brain, I guess, you know, like as like a James Bond fan. It just, I don't know. I was 16 years old and, like I said, impressionable and whatnot. And after he learned, it was like, here's the plot. After earning 00 status and a license to kill, secret agent James Bond sets out on his first mission as 007. He must defeat a private banker funding terrorists in a high-stakes game of poker at Casino Royale, Montenegro. He's probably my favorite James Bond, too. I mean, him... It's hard to pick one, but him, Connery, Moore, Brosnan.
I think... depending on your age, you have your Bond, probably.
True. You're very
Which,
right
like,
there. A lot of people love Connery, older people.
Yeah, I think I started with Pierce, but I still support... I think Craig's probably the best.
I think
too much Bond talk.
I think Craig...
He's going to quit the podcast.
I think Craig is better than Pierce. Pierce was great, but...
No, I think Craig's better.
Pierce is on GoldenEye, so...
That's true. Pierce is better. No,
GoldenEye 64 is all that matters. So
best game ever made.
Craig brought such like a reckless energy to Bond. You know what I mean? It was just so fun. Like
he brought like the anti-hero.
Yeah,
he just killed people. Like just deal with it. Like,
yeah,
I'm James Bond.
Instead of just like handling a situation like with like what's
professionalism.
Grace? Yeah, grace and professionalism. He's just like boom, boom, boom. We're getting the job done. Love it. And next, I got The Descent, which is
you said one of your.
One
of your favorite horror movies.
Favorite horror movies. I've said this to everyone. I've showed this movie to countless people. I've watched this movie with and they all love it or are shocked by it. I've told everyone this. If there was a movie I could marry, it's The Descent. I love it so much. I don't know.
That's an odd statement.
I literally don't know what to say.
It's hard to explain, but like, I just
don't explain it.
I'm seeing a movie called Deep Fear in Texas.
What's that one about?
I don't know. It's been compared to The Descent. I'm assuming just because it's underground.
Dang. Got to see that one now. No, but it's just so, like, the characters are built up so well for the first half. Some people would argue that it's slow. I love it.
That's the one in caves, right? They're in a cave system?
It's the group of 7 chicks. They get together.
I was thinking As Above, So Below is in the catacombs.
That's a good one, too.
That's a good
one.
But
The Descent's in the caves.
Yeah. But yeah, Descent's, they get together in that cabin in the woods of, I want to say, Virginia or something, and they're doing this in memory of their dead friend.
Yep.
And it's just so awesome how like they have such intricate, I guess, like relationships. A few of the characters that is like really good for a horror movie.
Story and chemistry.
Very good, and it's like, and then you get to the pools of blood and the creature design and the creatures, which are terrifying.
It was terrifying for a lot of reasons.
It is.
You're in caves. There's no escape.
The claustrophobia, the creatures.
Yeah.
That one shot where they didn't, where you first see the creature silhouette when they're walking down the cavern, and then you see the mouth open on the silhouette. They didn't know he was there. They didn't know that. And the creature design is just so perfect in this movie. I just love this movie. The aesthetic.
Plus the night vision shot of like it behind her and just
oh, it's so great. The creatures are just so great in this movie. And
is that like are like night vision goggles just on the ground and like the camera shows you?
I think
no. One of the person
okay.
One of the person has a camera.
Okay, the camera.
And then it pans and it's standing like like behind her.
Okay.
Whew. Man, but that movie's so great. And lastly, I have Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. I am a huge Pirates 1 and 2 specifically fan.
Yeah.
I think Dead Man's Chest,
He's a big Pirates guy,
is
loves a sea movie.
Yes, I love water movies. I know you guys love when I say that, but
Fool's Gold.
I love it. One of my favorite.
Honestly, is a much better movie than it has any right being.
It does. It is. No, but Dead Man's Chest, I think, is one of the best sequels ever made. The locations are great. The stunts you won't see in any other movie.
Just because you back Johnny Depp so hard, right?
Yeah.
I support Johnny Depp for sure.
Like, I would stack up the visuals, like the special effects and like the visuals up against any movie.
Is that the one with the tentacle face?
Yes, and it's 16 years old. Look
Not
at
the
this.
only one.
Look at the special effects and like the visuals. You'll be
Well,
like,
the first one with him in it, though, right?
I
crazy.
think so, yeah. Davy
It's-
Jones.
yeah. It's just
David Jones Locker.
It's just pure, unadulterated fun. It's just like
He
tropical.
just wanted to use that word.
Yeah, I did. Tropical settings, funny, charismatic characters,
Lots of water.
good dialogue, water. You know, I love it. I love it so much. But anyway, you guys go ahead.
Do you want me to go or you want
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Mine's gonna be quick because I don't have like crazy breakdowns
well-
of movies. But
I'll go. The first one isn't like my favorite movie or by any means, but I feel like it was differently done in an odd movie for that time frame. The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky,
That's a good movie.
and it's like 3 stories: the past, the present, the future, going on like simultaneously, kind of, but obviously out of time, and it was just very bizarre, like for everything else that came out around it.
Yeah.
Like it was just and it was
Trippy movie.
done very well, very trippy, but like not my favorite movie, but it definitely stands out for all the movies that came out that year.
That's
I don't
Hugh
think I've seen
Jackman's
that
in
one.
that, right?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
It's a good movie. You got to check that out, Joe.
And then
yes, sir.
the next 3 aren't really in any particular order, but This Is England, where a young boy becomes friends with a gang of skinheads in England. The film illustrates how the subculture has its roots in the 1960s West Indies culture, especially ska, soul, and reggae music. But then it became adopted at some point by like the far right, white nationalists, white supremacists, which is what we all think of as skinheads.
Yeah.
But that's not where it comes from. Like they just kind of were like,
Adopted
oh, we
it.
like this aesthetic, so we're taking it.
Yeah.
And like it's a pretty wild movie.
Is it kind of like Romper Stomper in a sense?
I guess.
Since they're skinheads, but
Yeah.
But like there's skinheads. It's like, but they're like all adult skinheads, and he's like a kid trying to like fit in with these like adult troublemakers.
I've heard of it,
But
definitely.
it's very good. Little Miss Sunshine, a great movie.
Classic.
But it's a family like determined to get their young daughter into the finals of a beauty pageant, and they take a cross country trip in a VW bus to get there. But the cast is crazy. Steve Carell is an unemployed scholar living with his sister's family because he tried to commit suicide. Greg Kinnear is the sister's husband. He's an aspiring motivational speaker and life coach. Is terrible at it. Paul Dano, big star. He's in so much stuff.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood.
Like
yeah.
just every like. Do you see stuff now with him before? And I didn't
Sopranos.
even realize. Yeah, I just saw him in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Just saw it.
Weird.
He takes a vow of silence until he can become a fighter pilot, but then he learns that he's colorblind and can't become a pilot, and breaks the vow of silence. And after that, he's really funny.
I feel like these characters are all written by Wes Anderson, man.
Yeah, it is very much like a Wes Anderson movie, but it's not.
Yeah, I know.
But I feel like that's why it's so good, because it's like Wes Anderson enough for people that don't like Wes Anderson to like it.
Which is not overly quirky, but just enough.
And then Alan Arkin is Kinnear's father, who was kicked out of his retirement home for snorting heroin.
Yeah, all the actors play great characters.
Olive is the little girl who's in the beauty pageants, but she is like an awkward, oddball child who's like slightly chubby and just very weird, and definitely not like a beauty pageant kid.
Her
Someone you
breakout
want-
role.
Yeah, someone you want to root for.
And
Yeah,
then,
for
the sister that I was relating this all back to is Toni Collette, who's just a wonder.
She's great.
Love her.
A wonder.
A wonder.
She's an American treasure.
That's a great word to describe Toni Collette.
She's like your Meryl Streep.
She's got range.
She's in Hereditary,
She's
correct?
good.
Yes.
I get her and
She saws off her own head with a wire. in
I get
Hereditary.
her and what's her name?
Don't
mixed
do it.
up.
Be careful. Be careful.
I get her and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing and Fargo. What's her name?
I feel like that
What's
lady
her
looks
name?
so bad.
I know.
Yeah, you're.
She looks about 30 years
Frances
older.
McDormand.
Yeah, anyone in Fargo does not look like Toni Collette.
Okay, then Idiocracy, which I feel like almost anybody our age should at least know of his existence.
I've seen it. Yes.
Mike Judge.
Gotta rewatch it though.
He's an average American selected to be a guinea pig for a top secret hibernation program for the army, and he's forgotten. And then he awakens in the very distant future, and everybody's completely moronic. Like, we've devolved into idiotic squalor,
Yeah.
and it just hits. I honestly rewatched it thinking it was not going to hold up. It's even more relevant now
Is
than
it?
it was then.
I was gonna say I didn't appreciate it the first time I watched it, how funny it was, and then you watch it again, you're like, this is actually pretty.
Really?
funny.
You rewatched
it's just
it?
Silly, it's just silly.
I've
funny,
only
yeah.
watched it that one time, and I didn't care for it at all.
Yeah.
Then it
And
has
I gotta
such
rewatch
a
it
better
again.
cast. Like Luke Wilson, Justin Long, Terry Crews, Maya Rudolph, Dax Shepard, who pulls off a great "What's Eating Gilbert Grape" impersonation, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just so overly silly and stupid.
And then
like,
I think I probably liked it more when it came out. Like, just liked it and enjoyed it more. Mm-hmm. But it's more relevant now than it ever.
100%. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Terry
sad
Crews-
to say that's relevant.
Yeah.
Terry Crews
That's
plays
sad.
the president, who is like a retired professional wrestler who is now the president, and he's just his character from wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's jacked and like pulls out
That
machine
could
guns.
be
and stuff.
true in like 10 years. The Rock.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
The Rock
Well,
could win
it's
tomorrow.
been worse already with Trump. I mean,
The Rock could win tomorrow.
100%
Oh, for sure.
he could.
Okay, and then
I'd vote for him.
100%.
by far and out the number one movie of 2006, Talladega Nights. No contest.
No, God.
I did enjoy it. I
And
did
then
enjoy it.
honorable mention, I just have there was like a 6 movie set that came out in 2006 called 6 Films to Keep You Awake. It's like 6 not very well known horror films, and some of them are okay, but there's a couple that are better than they have any right being. Like there's one called The Baby's Room, where they basically have a baby in the room and like start picking up voices and noises on the monitor, and it's like a scary
Interesting.
haunted movie.
Yeah.
There's one called To Let, where they like go to a new apartment and start to notice that some of their belongings are already in the apartment. And it has so many twists and turns, and for like a not well known lower budget like foreign horror movie, it's absurd. But
I don't know if you guys are the same, but for me, like if I watch something like that no one's seen, I like discover it. I want to like tell people about it. I want to like cradle it and be like, this is great.
Oh, absolutely!
I
I
know.
love telling people about like movies
Yeah.
and music.
And then when you get a recommendation, you're like, frick, I didn't discover it.
Exactly. I'm not watching that trash.
Yeah.
But I have in mail the 6 films to keep you awake because I couldn't find them to rewatch, so I just bought the DVD on Amazon.
Nice.
Of like those 6
How much was it?
movies.
Like 20?
I don't know. It was dirt cheap.
No, good, good.
Those movies you discover, you want to protect them like a baby. You're like, you will not talk bad about this movie.
100%. And you feel insulted when if someone
Exactly.
doesn't like
If
it.
somebody's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Like a beer money that was like a TV movie. Like, you don't like beer money.
You literally can't find it.
Yeah.
That movie's hard as hell to find.
Yeah,
That's the whole
it's
point
ju-
of,
it's
like-
like burned DVDs is the only ones you can
No, I
find.
literally have the VHS. That's it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like online now,
Recorded off TV.
all you can find to buy are like people like bootleg DVDs.
Crazy.
Those are the best to brag about. You're like,
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, you'll never see it.
Yeah, it's probably the greatest movie ever made.
Beer Money's the best movie ever made.
For me, I like to find variety and be different, but I got to go with The Departed because you can't
Yeah.
not have. Well, I guess you can, but you should not have Departed
Thank
on your
you,
2006
yeah.
list.
Well, I
'cause it's-
100% knew at least Ben, if not both of you, would have it on your list.
Yeah, we're,
That's fair.
so we're
like,
such
'cause
Scorsese
Well, let's be
fans
honest.
and like
The
Leo
Departed
fans.
The Departed would have knocked off what the fuck was it? The Fountain? Well, sure. The Departed, the Fountain would never have beaten Departed in a top 5.
Good to have variety,
But,
though,
you know,
too.
Yeah, it's good to have variety.
You're both having it.
Yeah.
And then I will start with by far the best comedy, in my opinion, 2006, Borat, which is like
Oh, Borat's great.
unbelievable. Like,
Borat's
it's-
One of the
Great.
most quoted things
oh
ever.
my god, there's so many
My
parts
wife.
still today that I just kill me. Like I can't even handle it.
I like it very much a kokibucha. You know kokibucha? Bing bong, bing bong, bing, billy ding.
This is the best pubis from Kazakhstan.
You'll never get this.
Oh, it's so good.
Her vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
That line. It's so amazing. And then you start asking the guy, like, when he's still on the Hummer, he's like, where do you put the pussy magnet at? He's like, that's not a real thing. He's like, but where in the car is the pussy magnet?
Yeah, that's great.
Like, sir, that's not a real part of the car.
Borat is so great.
And The Prestige.
Oh yeah,
Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman.
super twisty.
Twisty, yeah. And just amazing story and about two magicians going back and forth. You don't see it very often about crazy magicians.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Children of Men.
Oh my
Which,
god.
like... Do you want this to be on your list? I don't know.
I might.
I honestly haven't watched it in a long time, so I don't remember a ton about
Is that
it.
a group watch?
That
It
might
might
be a
be,
review.
yeah. 'Cause,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just remember the first time watching it, like, it had no business, like, being that good.
If we're all watching it, we have to watch it together.
Yeah, seriously. And like,
I'm down because I haven't
how
watched it
about the
forever.
sequence, Joe? You know the sequence.
I probably don't.
It's ridiculous. The van sequence.
Oh, yes. Like
Oh
the-
my god.
Yeah. The action's crazy. Like, you don't expect it.
You don't.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen.
Well, now I'm definitely going to expect it.
Wait, have you not watched it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
But you
my
probably
God.
still remember more than me about it.
You have to have watched it. I mean, I haven't.
I
if
feel
wanna
like
borrow
you
it.
saying that means I probably have not watched it.
I haven't.
That's what I just said. If we watch it, we got to watch it together.
100%. Let's do it.
We should, because I haven't seen it probably since
Was that your
2006,
last one?
so- No, I have Beer Fest on there, because...
Beer
Fest is
the
great.
best movie ever made.
Yeah,
No,
Broken
beer money.
Lizards.
Beer money.
Beer Fest.
Oh,
They're both great. They're
how
both great.
dare you throw me for a loop?
Broken Lizard. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Broken Lizard stuff.
Yeah, I know
Super
you do.
Troopers was
Now
like...
I want them all to die because you confused me with the Beer Fest beer money.
I don't know if I was in the perfect age for Super Troopers or what, but it blew my mind.
And then Club Dread, you love too.
Oh, I love
Super
it, yeah.
Troopers did blow people's minds.
It's insane.
And
yeah,
then
it's so
Beer
good.
Fest came along. I personally think Beer Fest is their best movie.
It could be, yeah.
That's a controversial opinion.
It
but-
could be, depending on when you see it. Because, like I said, Super Troopers, I saw it and like it wrecked my life. Like I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You were probably like 17, right?
I was probably like 35, but I still.
Yeah, you're 30. You're like 37 now.
Who knows,
or 30,
you know?
Right, or whatever.
Who really knows? Remember I said that around Russ and he got mad? I was like, I could be 32. He's like, well, if Ben's 32, you're like 37.
Yeah, like.
He thought it was serious.
it works.
That's great.
I probably was.
No, but those are great lists, guys. 2006 was such a great year for movies.
Wait, we were doing 2000s. No,
Yeah, what the? No,
No other movie will ever have her vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
that's it. That's it, guys. Top 5 2006. Thanks for watching. We love you, and we'll see you soon.